Have you ever wondered why Playwright code is filled with async and await keywords? So here, if you open this example.spec.js that is automatically created by this Playwright folder, so here you will see a lot of await and async statements. So if you have come from the manual testing or new to automation, these concepts can look confusing at first. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why they are used and how they make your test reliable. We will also learn the structure of Playwright test function and some useful test annotations that you will use throughout your automation journey. So what you will learn today? You will learn what async and await mean, why UI automation needs waiting, and understand the Playwright test syntax, and maybe introduction to some of the test annotations. So when a website loads, right, we know that things don't happen instantly. Okay. First of all, go to this test folder, click on this new file. Here you can write anything like practice, any name you want to keep for your test case. Dot spec. Okay, this spec is mandatory. So wherever when we write our command to execute the test cases, it will look for this spec keyword, and where in whichever file it will find this spec keyword, it will run those test cases. And .js for JavaScript file. So okay, the very first thing that we need to do is we need to import. What we need to import is we need to import test. Okay, from where? From Playwright that we have installed at the rate Playwright test. So it will automatically give us the suggestions. So we are importing this test from this Playwright module that we have downloaded in the node modules. And we will be using this in our file. So this is the very first statement. Okay. Then we need to create test. So creating test, right? When you write test, this means a test case. Okay. It has two things. The very first thing is the string, and then we have the body. So in the string goes the name of the test case, like login into my app. Okay, you can keep any meaningful name. I'm just doing this for the example. And in the second keyword or the second what we say argument, there goes the function. So what is the function? Like the body. So in the body, here we will send a function, right? I will write function name for now, just function. And then here goes the fixture like page. So for now, just understand that page is the, it refers to the page of the browser, the tab that we where the test case will run. Okay. And then starts two curly braces, and here goes our step that we want to execute. Okay. So the very first thing is I want to launch browser, right? Second thing is I want to go to some URL, go to your this page, web page, and then enter login like username and password, and then I will click on submit button, right? That's how ideally it should be. But the thing is, JavaScript is synchronous by default. It will start executing steps from top to bottom, and it won't wait for any step to execute, right? Suppose launching the browser. Okay, the very first advantage of Playwright is it will launch the browser itself. You need not write any command for you here, right? We have this page. So this page is the keyword, like, right? It gets imported and the browser gets automatically launched. We will talk about these fixtures later on in the next lecture. Okay. But the browser is launched, then we wait for the page to load, right? But by default, JavaScript is synchronous. It won't wait. It will automatically start executing next step and the next step, right? So suppose username and entering the username and password, it's going to take 2 seconds for an example. But JavaScript won't wait for 2 seconds for username and password uh, to be entered. It will simply click on submit button. And if without entering or if the username is not fully entered, will click on submit, the test case will fail. So that is why we have this statement called await. Okay, await means await page dot go to, right? Unless and until my page is going to this URL, you need to wait. Then await for the page to load. Okay, it will wait. Then once this step is completed, only then it will go to this next step. So that is the importance of await over here. And if we simply use just await over here, right, inside the function, but we are not using async over here, right? Without async, await keyword will not work, right? It will not get to know, okay, what is to be done, right? So it won't recognize this await without this async. And once, like, if suppose we execute our file, once JavaScript sees this async keyword, it will understand, okay, this function is going to take or going to wait. It's going to take some time for this function to load, right? So when a website loads, things don't happen instantly. For example, page loads, API returns data, a button becomes clickable, a form gets submitted. All these actions take time. A playwright moves to the next step before the current action finishes. The test case may fail. That's why Playwright uses asynchronous programming. And for asynchronous programming, we need to add this async function, async keyword before our function, right? Okay, so that is the importance of async keyword over here. And this this async keyword tells JavaScript this function contains asynchronous operations, right? So we know that almost every browser action is asynchronous, like page.go to, click, fill, locator. So these actions require some time to complete. And now let's focus on await. The keyword await means wait here until this operation finishes. Wait here until I go to this URL, right? Only then continue to the next line. So without await, if we do not use await over here, Playwright may attempt to click before the page loads, right? So the test case will fail. So whenever a Playwright action performs works in browser, we need to use await and async. Okay. So okay, now understanding the test function, right? So let's break it down. Test. Okay, this tells Playwright the test keyword. Okay, this is a test case. And then we have this is the test title of the test case or the function name. Always use some meaningful names because they appear in your reports. And then we have this function over here. Okay, so this contains the test tab like the function. And then we have page fixers. Playwright automatically provides a browser page object, and we will explore fixtures in much great detail in the next one. For now, think of page as a browser tab that Playwright controls. Okay, and okay, let's write our first test case. Let's page dot go to. Okay, we can write over here page dot go to https then google.com. Google.com. Okay, this will take us to google.com, and we need to use await keyword over here. Await. Okay, page dot go to, and page is recognized from here. Right, so this is one test case for now, unless and until we add more steps to it. So just for the introduction, like this test annotation, right, there can be some in order to help organize and control the execution, there are few common examples for this, like test.skip, test.only, test.fix me slow. We will discover that in the upcoming videos. So today we learned why Playwright uses async and await, how await prevents timing issues, and then structure of the test function. Okay, and just the basic introduction to this page fixture. Now that you understand how Playwright tests are structured, you are ready for the next important concept: browser context, pages, and fixtures. These are the building blocks of every Playwright framework, and that's exactly what we will cover in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.